This program is presented by Cubica AMF, making bowling amazing.
It's the semifinal of the Cubica AMF Masters Stepladder here in the Bowling Promotion Tour. And our match today features the number 3 seed Phil Manning versus the number 2 seed David Barak. Our referee Philippe Sanville is ready to kick off the match, and it looks like Barak will start us off on the left lane. Barak, of course, the 17-year-old powerful two-hander, will be throwing that purple hammer. Phil Manning is coming off a 232-171 win against Slovak team member Mike DeBoer, and the winner of this match takes on the number 1 seed Kenny B.O. in our final. Manning won the mixed doubles title with Yvonne Rhodes, and Barak won the men's doubles title with Kenny B.O., so both these players seeking their second title here on the Bowling Promotion Tour. This is our 20th match overall of 24. We'll be bringing you as part of the 2024-2025 Bowling Promotion Tour season. And let's watch Barak's first shot here on the left lane. He's going to get all that rotation on that purple hammer. Look at that thing turn up. Perfect strike for David Barak. Great start on the left lane. And this gentleman knows how to strike. We've seen it before. In fact, he and Kenny B.O. started with the front 9 in their doubles victory. And that is 10 back and a perfect shot for Barak. And now Phil Manning, no stranger to striking himself, especially in the clutch, starts off on the right lane, and he'll take that Optimum Idol solid straight up right over the 10 board. Second arrow turns a little bit early and comes up high for a 4-pin. We are on the Gateway Arch oil pattern, 42 feet, 9.3 to 1, 26 mils. This is our 6th match of this stepladder, so we're definitely seeing some transition of that oil pattern. And I think Manning might have caught some of that there as it went a little bit early on him as he let it go. So comes up high for the 4-pin, converts the 4-pin no problem. So Manning will start with 9 spare to Barak's strike. And now let's see how Manning adapts to the left lane. Looking at our first 5 matches of the stepladder so far, it was Pepe Consteri winning her first 2 matches against Joe Crook and Arnois Ambiel. Then it was Mike DeBoer defeating both Consteri and fellow Finnish PWBA player Elisa Hiltunen before falling to Phil Manning. Let's see what Manning does on this left lane. Another good stroke, but he comes up for a mixer 7. Just doesn't quite get the swisher there. Let's see where this one goes. It looks like a pretty good shot, just doesn't slow down, doesn't turn into the pocket as hard as he would like. And you compare his back end to that of Barak, and Barak has a lot more turn and a lot more power through the pins. Manning coming up with a spare, so 9 spare start for Phil Manning. And Barak will have the opportunity to take the early lead here with a double. We are at Bowling La Sphère in Fontaine, Comte, about 200 miles southwest of Paris for our televised finals. My name is Bruce Hall. I'm your international commentator for these matches. And you can see our friends Bruno Bidone and Marc Chavet in the background making the French call for these matches. Please stay tuned for Marc Chavet's interview with our competitors after the match. And here is Barak on the right lane, gets it out to the dry, and it turns up. He says, "Yes, sir. Give me the double," and he gets it for the 11-pin early lead for Barak. Look at that rotation. Gets it out to the dry, no question about it. Turns perfect through the pocket. That's 2 perfect flush strikes for Barak. And let's see if he can keep that going on the left lane. All our bowlers have bowled 18 games of qualifying around various locations in France. And Barak's qualifying average was 225, giving him the number 2 seed. Manning's qualifying was 221, but Kenny B.O. eclipsed everyone, averaging 235 in qualifying. B.O. leading the qualifying by 10 pins a game over everyone else in the field. So now can he triple up here, Barak? And that looked like it might have caught a little bit of oil early. Went down to the break point, turned late, didn't quite get back to the pocket for a 2-pin. I think he might have started that ball a little bit further left, a little bit deeper in the oil, and it just didn't pick up where he needed it to. So that will leave him with a 10-pin lead, converts 2-pin. And let's see what adjustments Manning can make here. He's got to come a little bit lighter on the right lane, a little bit higher on the left lane. Let's see what he can do for tweaking in. We've seen a lot of matches here in the Bowling Promotion Tour where the bowlers were fishing around for the first few frames, and there's a slap 10 strike just like that. Then make the adjustment and stringing the strikes later in the match. We've seen a lot of that, just like we'd see in a pro match. So these bowlers quite experienced and showing their talent here on the Bowling Promotion Tour. Once again, thanks to Cubica AMF for this sponsorship of the Masters Series. And we'd like to thank Storm for their sponsorship of the Women's Series. And of course, we do have team competition coming up after the conclusion of this Masters stepladder. This is our 20th match overall of 24 matches we'll be bringing you as part of the 2024-2025 Bowling Promotion Tour season. And there is Phil. Oh, a ring 10. Good shot. He made the adjustment on both lanes, being rewarded on the right lane, but not on the left. He says, I like this shot. I like this. Come on. And look at the 6 wrap around the 10. And very good shot there by Manning. I would predict he will be stringing strikes later in this match, but will it be enough to keep up with the powerful Barak? Unfortunately, it does not cut into the lead, and our lead remains at 10 for David Barak. Let's see what he does now. So he taps that pad. You're not allowed to do that in the PBA, and a lot of competitions don't allow it. You can't pat the rosin right on the ball. Some consider it altering the surface of the ball, but in international competition it is allowed. So here is Barak, right lane. Typically he's been a little tighter of the 2 lanes, but a beautiful strike there by Barak. He had nice pacing on that shot. He didn't overthrow it. Might have thrown that last shot in the left lane a little bit fast, and this one paces perfectly. Barak from Slovakia, bowling 10 years, averaging a 220. And as we said, qualified with a 225 average in his 18 games qualifying. And taking his time. And there you see Bruno Bidone and Marc Chavet, the French commentators for these matches. And here is Barak preparing to bowl his 5th frame. And nice pace. Turn it up. Another flush strike for Barak. 4 out of 5. Absolutely dead flush. Great shots. And watch this release. And see if he walks away from this one. He knows. He says, good shot. Look at this. That is 10 back. I mean, he's just absolutely flushing these strikes. Previous final matches, it was Kenny B.O. and David Barak capturing the men's doubles title. Elisa Hiltunen and Pepe Consteri captured the women's doubles title. And Phil Manning comes up now for a week 10. Manning just cannot find the range here. Only 1 strike and 5 shots. And we have seen this gentleman strike under pressure, so it's certainly not that. He needs to find the range here to try to keep up with Barak. And he says he likes it, but it comes up a little bit late. There is Becca Manning, who is Phil's wife. And good shot there on the cover, but unfortunately, Sphères are not going to get it done against the powerful Barak. It was Yvonne Rhodes and Becca's husband, Phil, winning in a thriller of a finish over top seeds Kenny Bio and Elisa Hiltunen in the mixed doubles. The women's stepladder, it was Elisa Hiltunen winning over Yvonne Rhodes. And Pepe Consteri won the youth stepladder. Oh, there's a ball change, and a good one. That ball turned up beautifully. Manning comes up and gets his flush strike in the sixth. And let's see if he can recover and regain some ground against Barak, who has a chance now. He's got a 21-pin lead right now. And that is a definitely more powerful piece. And you can see that ball turns up, and he says, yeah, that's the turn. That Optimum Idol solid just wasn't making the corner. And Manning moves to a more aggressive ball and is immediately rewarded for it. Here's Barak again, out to the dry, comes up a little bit late for a ring 10. And exactly a 20-pin lead now. And now no matter what he does, Phil Manning can get up and tie the match with a double if he can keep striking with that new ball. Look at Barak, look at all that power. Gets to the final, he did like it. And now he goes backup ball to the 10-pin, converts it perfectly. And that is reliable and entertaining to watch. I like how he gets it out to about the 3 or 4 board on the left side. Covers the entire lane and converts the spare. So Barak, double spare. Can't string more than 2 strikes together, at least not yet. Manning with only 2 strikes and 6 frames and no doubles, but both these bowlers clean so far. So let's see if Barak can get back on the strike train here. Get that focus. And gets it out, comes back, another flush strike. He seems to flush 2 and then leaves some kind of a wrap. Another perfect strike. It's going to be a carbon copy of an earlier one, and that is absolutely 10 back. When he strikes, there are no pins anywhere left except in the pit. Watch that. Perfect. Pleasure to watch this young man. Okay, here's Phil Manning. That new aggressive piece. And let's see how he does. He needs it right now. Turn it up. And a ring 10. Can't get the double. So frustrating. He knew it was a good shot. He moved in a little bit. That crosses 10, goes out to the dry. He says, good shot, just doesn't make the corner. Can't double up. Boy, Manning has got to be supremely frustrated by his inability to carry this oil pattern. He has not missed the pocket, but he has also not thrown a double through 7 frames and continues to trail by 20. Barak pacing to 218, Manning pacing to 198. So both bowlers bowling a solid game. It's all about pin carry. Barak, the only one to miss the pocket in the third, left that 2-pin. Otherwise, we've seen every ball in the pocket here. And Manning a little bit amped up. Let's see if he can get this ball to shape, and that turns up nicely. Gets the shredder. Shreds that rack. So good there. So 228 maximum for Manning. Barak pacing to 218. So Barak would need actually 2 more strikes to shut out Manning, but he does have the opportunity to do it pretty much right here if he can put a couple of strikes together here. Barak has doubled twice so far in this game. Can he do it a 3rd time? Eighth frame. Gets it out a little bit in the oil, and that's definitely high. And he pulled that left of target, and he was hoping for it to hold, but it does not. So give him the not easy to convert 3-6-10 combination. So this match by no means over, and once again, Manning will have a chance to get up and double and catch David Barak. So now it'll be the 3-6-10 with the strike ball. He goes after it, perfect conversion. Good cover there by Barak. Keeps his 20-pin lead, but it is Phil Manning on the strike. He'll have a chance to double up and triple up and catch up in this match. Both bowlers strike out now. We would have a tie. Let's see how Barak does here on the left lane. Actually, check that. Barak could strike out for 238. He goes way out to the dry and brings it back. He did that before. Sent it out to the dry, brought it back, left a ring 10, and does it again. And now his max 227. So guess what? Phil Manning will be able to get up now and throw the back four and claim the match, because Barak just could not put strikes together here. So he'll go cross lane now with this 10-pin. Very, very important conversion here. And no trouble there on the conversion. Good shot. So now here's the situation. 227 maximum for David Barak. 228 maximum for Phil Manning. And again, cross lane, backup ball for that 10-pin conversion. Looking good. So Manning with ball in hand. He has not doubled in the match, and he has a chance to win it right here.
Come on, ball.
Gets it up and gets the first one in the ninth. Good shot.
Right here.
He can put two more together here. Two more in 9 guarantees a tie. Two more in the third one in the 10th. Gets the win. Look at this, straight up the lane, and he dead flushes that one. High, hard one does go Phil Manning, and here we go into the 10th. And one more strike, and he technically takes the lead by 1. He is still down 9 pins. And look at him wipe the oil off that ball. Great change in the middle of the game. That's a hard thing to do in a one-game match. You're locked in with a certain piece, and you realize it's not reacting the right way. You switch balls. Big, big risk. And can be big reward, and he strikes in the 10th to take the lead by 1. 2 more strikes, and Phil Manning will face Kenny B.O. for the title. And Manning has done this before. We've seen him come through. He likes it, he likes it, he likes it, he likes it. Yes, come on. Great shot there by Manning. And he's taken the lead by 1, so we have a distinct possibility of a tie here. But we also have the possibility of Phil Manning throwing 2 more strikes and shutting out David Barak. Here we go. We've seen this gentleman perform under pressure. And here it is. Right up the lane. Hang on. And he strikes again. 4 in a row for Manning after not doubling. We've seen him do it before. So it's 9 to guarantee a tie and a strike to get the win. And he knows it. Here he comes. Very important shot here by Manning to finish off the match. He's going to take his time, and he's going to try to get this last strike, which will shut out David Barak. Take your time, take a breath. Biggest shot of the tournament right here for Phil Manning. If he can get it, he moves on to face Kenny B.O. And makes the shot. The delivery's away. He comes up and he trips the 10 to get the back 5 and win the match. Phil Manning coming through again. And Becca is delighted. And look at this shot. He says, come on, give me a chance, give me a chance, give me a chance. Yes, come on. Let's go. Phil Manning, what a clutch performer this guy is. We've seen him do it before, coming up with the back five, and now David Barak, unfortunately, he gets an amazing trip on that bucket, but unfortunately not enough. Barak very frustrated. He had this match well in hand. He had a 20-pin lead going through 6 frames, could not put any more doubles together, left a couple of ring 10s, had one go high in the 8th frame, and Phil Manning comes up with the back five to shut out David Barak. Barak can double here and shoot 227, but it's irrelevant because the match is over. And here's another shot way out. He comes back up and he does not get the second one, so Barak will be in the 2 teens. He's frustrated, but don't worry, he'll be back. He's a powerful player with a bright future. He's only 17 years old. Cannot get it done against the very, very experienced and clutch performing Phil Manning. And it will be Manning against #1 seed Kenny B.O. What a great match. Yeah, Barak pretty frustrated there. I can certainly see why. And there's Becca. She's thrilled at that outcome. So let's look at some final scores here. Look at that. Back five for Phil Manning to shut out David Barak. And he had no doubles. He had 2 strikes until he threw the back five. So you're going to see 7 strikes here for Manning, back five, and only 6 strikes as it ends up for Barak's double spare double. So stay tuned for the interview with Marc Chavet, and we will see you back here for the final with Kenny B.O. versus Phil Manning. It's another great match on the Bowling Promotion Tour. Take care, everyone.
Always interesting to get the post-match reactions out here with David Barak. Obviously, David, this matchup starting really well for you. You're just striking like there's no tomorrow. Then at one point, things started to change somewhat, and the spare's not going to be enough against the strikes that Phil was able to deliver out there.
Yeah, I mean, Phil made 6 strikes, and I got some unlucky breaks, like 10-pin, so that wasn't good. But I mean, okay, I spared it at least. And I kept fighting till the end, and Phil as well. And this game, Phil had worked out better, so it's okay. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, Phil delivered the ultimate payload indeed in those final frames. Do you think there is a case to make about players that join the tournament with the stepladder system towards the later part of the tournament, or does that not affect at all? By that I mean you qualified in second, so you're ready straight into the semifinals. Phil started in the quarterfinals, so he has one more match on the lanes, a little bit more familiar with the terrain, if I will.
I mean, it's better to start in the semifinals because you don't need to play that much. Sure. But I mean, I would be happy if I start in quarterfinals because every time I play big tournaments, I'm happy when I'm in the stepladder. That's all I can say about this.
Thanks, David, for the perspective, and we look forward to seeing you next year, indeed, perhaps with another outcome and a different, indeed, outcome for a Strikeminator. Thank you so much. Phil Manning will be joining us here on deck as well for the post-match reaction. Phil, another demonstration, testament of ultimate resilience, that never give up philosophy that, you know, that you and Becca, your wife, you guys carry to perfection. It's just a trademark of the Manning family. Never give up until that last ball is bowled.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea where it comes from. Like, it's just there. No game is won or lost in the first 5 minutes. You know, it's like football, American football, any other sport. It's never won or lost within the first 30 minutes of the game. There's always time for the underdog to make a comeback. And that's what happened today. We found something, we pulled it out in the end again, and here we are, ready to go again.
What about the seeds of doubt that you had, you know, inevitably at some point in the matchup? I know your body language a bit now, so I was watching you out there, and I could just tell there was a moment where you're just thinking, whoa, you know, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get through this? But you're still finding a way to plow through it and find the mental resources from within to get the job done.
It comes from a long time practice and a long time in trusting the process and understanding when something's not right, what the next change is. I've got some fun, you know, I've got some fantastic friends out there. You know, this week, you know, with Pepe and everything, it's been great having people to be able to bounce ideas off when things aren't going quite right. But I just know that my process, the way I bowl and the decisions I make, there's always an outcome. Yeah, there was a moment where I was getting a bit frustrated, but at the end of the day, it's always going to happen, whatever sport you play, whether you're 100 miles in front or 200 miles behind, you're always going to get frustrated. It's about taking that and channeling it in the correct way, and that's exactly what we did today.
Phil Manning, thank you so much, and thank you for being with us here on One Sport.